What's happening, guys? Jazz here, and this is the next installment of the Kawasaki Z440 cafe racer build. In this video we will be fitting the new clip-on handlebars and then creating the basis of the bodywork out of expanding foam and insulation board. Right, so before I can order the clip-on handlebars, obviously I need to measure the diameter of where they bolt onto on the forks. But before I can measure it, we got the brackets for the headlights in the way there. So I need to take them off so I can then measure it, so then I can order the clip-on. Now, I'm no expert in motorbikes, but from far as I can tell, in order to get this area off, I think it's gone over the top, but I think that's part of it, so it's sitting above that clamp. So, but I think it's clamped underneath that one. So I need to undo both of them, slacken them off, slacken this one off and the big boy there, so then I can take the top clamp off, whatever you call that, and then hopefully they should then slide out. That's that off. Ah, that was easy. And then just put that back on. And I should have guessed really that that part there is the same diameter as that part there, but
no shit, Sherlock.
They had to come off anyway. So got these now. So you got the two clamps there, and then the bars there. Slide these on, and then it's just a matter of tightening them up. The Allen keys there, sliding the bars into those bits and tightening those Allen keys up. So I think I've got the right one for this way, because I'm pretty sure that part is meant to be visible on the top rather than that part. So I think I got it on the right one. So then it goes like that. I think that one like that. I don't exactly know where I want these yet, but let's put the bars in first, and then we'll figure it out. People have done this numerous times, they're probably laughing their socks off now. You may have noticed as well, I've taken what remains out of the top part of the original handlebars, so the remains of the clamps were there, so they're gone now. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Oh man, I measured that wrong.
Holy shit. That was an epic fuck up.
Oh well. Right, what I'll do is just wrap a shitload of tape around there for it to clamp onto it. And hopefully that should do. And then I'll order the right ones in the future. Okay, I wrapped a load of tape around there now, and it's gripping now. So yeah, it looks sketchy as hell, but I'm not gonna be riding it like this, so don't worry. This is just for mocking up purposes. So we got them on there. Pretty happy with that. I think that's how they're gonna go, the angle of them and the height. They could change, don't get me wrong. Right, next step I think is to, well, I gotta cover everything now with shrink wrap and stuff to protect, well, protect it. Just so no expanding foam and stuff gets in where I don't want it to. So a few things to point out that I did actually film, but then I accidentally deleted the footage. I bought a fairing for it, for the front, mainly because I wanted the windscreen on it. I couldn't find any, just the windscreens for sale for some reason. I'm sure they're out there, but I thought I'll just get it with the front fairing as well, because that saves me the work of having to create the headlight aperture then as well. So bought that. I think it was 70 something quid. They're everywhere on the internet. Cafe racer style universal fairing. I've just mocked it up with, I've stuffed a load of masking paper underneath it, and I wasn't really happy with the placement on it, and the reason for that is because the bike settings were a bit off. So I wanted the gap between the bottom of there and the top of the front wheel to be closer. So obviously I had to lower the front forks to kind of get that cafe racer style look. So that's what I've done. I think I've lowered it by, it's around about 2 inches. So you can see by there now, that bit was flush with that before, and it's just a case of slacking it all off again like I've already done, and then tapping this downwards so the whole bike goes downwards and these start going upwards through it, and clamping it back up. Of course, then the tape that I'd wrapped around the shocks to clamp the clip-ons handlebars with was in the wrong place then, so I had to take all that off, redo that, adjust where the handlebars go again, so they're even lower again now. Lined the fairing up again where I thought it would go. Referred to a few pictures of cafe racers on the internet, and going by them, the very front of the fairing lines up pretty much with the center point of the axle on the front wheel. So then I had to bring it forward, taped it in place, and that's when I started adding the expanding foam into behind all the tape and stuff. You're probably going, what the hell is he doing? Just be patient. It will it'll all get there in the end, don't worry. I hope. So we'll take most of this tape off now. The tape was just to keep the expanding foam in place and stop it from going all over the floor, even though a lot of it has. Okay, so that's filled all that area now, and then obviously I need to carve it out so the wheel can turn again. This area, if I want the fairing come into all the way over here, then I think it's okay as it is. I'll toughen the shrink wrap up with tape, and I'm pretty happy with the shape of that anyway, so once tape is on there, I think it'll be pretty much good enough for fiberglass to go onto. I think it's about time I start cutting some stuff. So that's coming off. There's the helmet lock thing there, that's coming off. I thought I was just bolted or screwed to it, but it is actually like part of the frame. the hinges for the original seat, they're coming off, and the lock for the original seat, that's coming off. Got them all tidied up with the belt sander now, but obviously once it's all a bare frame, you'll have another going over with it, tidy ups and tidy stuff on it, like the original welds, and obviously the rust that it is on it needs to go. So now what I think I'm going to do is start taping it up, ready for a rear seat unit. So it's going to come roughly down to this here. So the idea of that is basically just to create something flat that I can start putting some of the board on, just to bulk it up, and obviously we're going to need some expanding foam on there as well. This part of it will probably just stay like that, and I'll probably just lay the fiberglass for the finished thing straight onto the tape, because that doesn't need building up or anything there. So that's how I'm going to create my seat base, and then we just need to build up the rear end, and that will then come down here and down to follow the frame, like where the original covers were by there, but they were a separate piece. So there's a closer look at the rear end, and as I said, that's pretty much how I want it by there. That needs building up, and then all this area is taped up, and the voids behind this tape are now going to get foam filled to basically create the shape that the tape is making at the moment. Then tomorrow, take the tape off and then fine tune the shape that is made out of the expanding foam. Before I start squirting expanding foam everywhere, I want to get this ready for it. think that'll do for a seat unit. Obviously those bits will be cut off and it's all gonna get shaped and sanded and stuff. Next thing to do is put some tape on the sides of it so that when I squirt some expanding foam in there and stuff, it won't all overflow and drip on the floor instead. So it'll keep it where I need it to go. Got some foam, so let's get it in behind this tape. Now the back. That'll probably go massive by there. I always get carried away. Right, we're on the second lot of expanding foam, which is dried now, so we can start taking the tape off and making a mess all over the floor again. And see what we're left with. Knowing my luck, we'll probably have to do it a third time. Okay, we're starting to get to the, you know, kind of the shape that we want, I think. We can start carving that now and well, we'll get like a basic shape. So taking the tape off the back as well, and now it's just a case of getting my knives and saws and stuff out and carving it into some kind of cafe racer shape.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, so that took ages. I got it to some kind of shape that I was kind of looking for. I'll probably have to put some more expanded foam in some places. I think I need to put a piece of cardboard, tape that underneath there to give me a belly pan for it. But I think I've run out of expanding foam now. I've got a little bit left, but it probably won't be enough. These are the tools I use for it. So I've got the remains of what is called like a rasp thing. Just an extendable blade, your mother's kitchen knife, and a block with some 40 grit on it. And it was just a case of getting it somewhat close with the knives first, cutting bits off. Obviously I had to cut an acceptable gap behind the wheel there so you know it wouldn't foul on it. Then start working it into shape with the rasp and then finishing it off with the 40 grit then. And then also done the back end. I did say I was going to leave that, but this part of the rear bodywork looked a bit too high then, so I needed to bring this area up. So I cut a piece of the insulation board and I've glued it in there for now. I don't know whether my point is getting across. This isn't going to be the bodywork. This is just to lay fiberglass onto to create bodywork from. In order to do that, I'll probably have to lay tape all over this stuff now because it's all fluffy, and the insulation board has still got paper and tin foil in between it, so that's sticking up. So I'll lay tape all over it, and then that'll help create smooth transitions in between the foam and the tape that's on the sides and stuff like that. Any other voids that still remaining I can then fill as well with the expanding foam. Because I'm not creating molds to create bodywork, I'm just laying the fiberglass straight on it, and that'll be the finished bodywork. It won't have a gel coat on it, so the surface will be rough, so I'll probably skim that with filler then, and then do the final work in with that then. Because it's just going to be one-off bodywork. I'm not going to be creating molds to create numerous pieces of bodywork for other bikes. So putting the fiberglass directly onto what I'm making here and doing away with the molds is just the easiest way and quickest way of doing it. So I'll give you a little walk around. So you got the seat unit here. Tried to follow like a cafe racer shape, although there's numerous shapes, and this is one of them that I kind of copied, and I slightly changed it by chamfering the sides to match the angles that are on the tank. Obviously once it's finished it'll have the seat sponge going up there, retrimmed in leather. This side isn't as good as the other side, but don't worry, it will be. So we've got the fairing blending into the rest of the bodywork there. So getting it symmetrical, getting it both sides the same for the front bodywork and the seat unit, that is a mission. So obviously you can't see both sides at the same time, but trying to get them the same. Man. That's the bad side, but like I said, I need to finish off underneath there now. I need to give it an underneath to it. But the fiberglass, I'll have to rub this down to give it a key, and then I'll lay the fiberglass across that, and it'll go all the way across this, over there, and then it'll come to about here, and then something like that down there and underneath. I'm not sure whether I'll have a join yet between the front fairing and this, whether I have a join there or not, but obviously this unit will be coming down here following the frame, and then what I'll do is one will overlap the other, so I can have just one pair of mounting points, and both will be linked into it then. So I'll probably have this one come so far, and then this one overlap the edge of it, because you're probably going to want to take the seat unit off more than this panel, because obviously the battery and stuff is underneath there. So I hope all that made sense to you. If it doesn't, then well, you know what to do. You need to keep on watching the videos, because then you'll know what I'm actually on about as it progresses. In between this video and the next video, I'll probably have finished off the foam bodywork, and the next video will be the fiberglassing, hopefully. By that stage you'll know what I've been talking about, because I tend to waffle on and it confuses people sometimes. I confuse myself more like it. As I've said before, it's all going to be fully custom painted and airbrushed with a theme. I'll tell you what, why don't I give you a little hint of what it could look like. So this is something that I've done before for a customer, and it is fully done in the theme of the Matrix. And I've got it here at the moment because I borrowed it for a show. So it'll be something similar to that. Won't be the Matrix, it'll be some other movie. Fully custom painted, and that's going to be my demo bike for next year's shows. So yeah, click on the subscribe button. If you're interested in custom painting and stuff, then check out my other channel. Link for that is in the description. My Instagram for this channel and my art channel, custom painting channel, is in the description as well. Any questions at all, pop them in the comments and I'll answer them at the end of the next video, for the next bike video. I think that's about it now, so I'll see you in the next one.